I have had a passion for speed ever since I was 3 years old and my dad took me to the go-kart track. After we finished our laps, I exuberantly declared to him and anyone who happened to be standing near us that go-karts were better than chocolate. Over the years, being the speed junkie that I am, I have grown to love moving fast and developed a passion for it. I crave the speed because it gives me a crazy adrenaline rush that takes me out of reality, but also clears my mind, because when I'm going at those unnatural speeds, with the wind striking my face, I have to focus all my thoughts on what I'm doing so as not to lose control. My love for speed was predetermined in my childhood. My favorite superhero was the Flash. I loved to go on roller coasters. I'd always ski straight down the mountain, and although I was constantly being chastised by my parents to slow down multiple times a day, but it would go in one ear and out the other. Most of the admonishment I received from my parents was the result of me being in a hurry. They wanted me to appreciate the moment, and when it came to academics, to take the time to truly learn and understand the material, and not take shortcuts when studying, or rush through the process simply to answer questions and get a good grade. At age 16, I was driving my mom's black Jetta to a tutoring session. This was a road I traveled every day, and almost always went over the speed limit. As I was going over the top of a blind hill, I see out of the corner of my eye a police officer pointing a radar gun at my car. He was hiding behind a tree looking for anyone speeding. I quickly glance at my speedometer, and my stomach drops. I was going at least 20 miles per hour over the limit. I pulled up to the stoplight, and a couple seconds later, the officer is right behind me with his lights on. I cursed and turned on my turn signal to let him know I would pull off to the side of the road. Almost in tears, terrified that this will go on my record, and I wouldn't be able to get into college, I sit in my car and wait for what seems like an hour for the policeman to talk to me. I was so distraught I forgot to get my license and registration when he came to the car. The officer takes pity on me, but he still had to enforce the law, resulting in giving me a speeding ticket for going 22 miles per hour over, which I then had to go to court and end up paying over $1,000 for an attorney fee and car insurance. After I went through this incident, I started to realize how speed was not always a good thing in every single situation. This was the first time an authority figure who was not my parent told me to slow down. After this happened, my parents made me watch multiple videos on the lives of people after they got into an accident from speeding, and how it not only affects them but their entire family and friends. This was when I finally came to the realization that my love for speed could end up hurting more than myself. It could severely affect my friends and family. Sometimes in life you have to slow down, either for safety reasons or to appreciate the little things in life. Nowadays, I try to channel my love of speed into controlled activities like 60-mile-per-hour go-karts or my dream to go skydiving. And when it comes to academics, slow down and really try to learn the material that I'll be using in whatever career path I decide upon. I still bought a pair of Heelys in college to get from place to place a little quicker, but I also know when the appropriate time to wear them are. In doing this, I have been able to discover much more than I would have thought, and came to the realization that in order to appreciate certain things in life, you have to slow down and really try to approach whatever situation openly and fully, instead of thinking about the next task at hand. I finally understood the meaning behind the old adage that haste makes waste, and have learned to recognize that my love of speed is different from me rushing from task to task in order to complete them in a hurry, but instead just feeling the adrenaline rush I get when I am going extremely fast and can feel the wind whipping on my face. My passion for speed has caused me to learn the importance of knowing when to slow down. While it is still a struggle for me not to rush through life, I am learning more each day about when speed is beneficial and when it is detrimental. While I have slowed down when it comes to learning new things, I hope I will never slow down when it comes to skiing downhill or racing on the go-kart track.